ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवाञ्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथन्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश आनन्दलीलामय विग्रहाय हेमाङ्गदिव्यच्छविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेम रसप्रदाय श्रीचैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। आराध्य भगवान् व्रजेशतनयस्तद्धाम वृन्दावनम् रम्या काचित् उपासना व्रजवधू वर्गेण वा कल्पिता श्रीमद्भागवतम् अणममलं प्रेमामृतो महान् श्रीचैतन्यमहाप्रभोर्मतमिदं तत्रादारान् परः। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So today we'll start reading from Mukundamala Stotra, text number 41. As in the text 40, he has explained wonderfully that how that one can remember their lordship. And once if you achieve their lordship, once you really always start thinking about their lordship, then whatever ambitions that you may have in this material world, all they look like a pebbles and wood or a block of wood. That means if you attain their lordship, then anything in this material world which you are looking for or longing for, that becomes totally useless. And we have seen the wonderful example of Dhruva Maharaj, how he attended their lordship, and then he realized that I was looking for a broken piece of a glass, and what I got it now, diamond, kanchan vichinmam api divyaratnam. In the text number 41, Maharaj Kulashlekhar is explaining the glory of chanting Om Namo Narayanaya, that Ashtakshari mantra of their lordship. As he is from South India, the Dakshin Bharat, and from Sri Sampradaya, so the mantra that Sri Sampradaya they chant is Om Namo Narayanaya. So if someone chant this mantra, actually this verse is meant for yati. Yati means for sannyasis. But he has used another word also, that is anuraga. Means anuragi, the people who are in love with the Lord. If they chant this particular mantra, then what are the benefits? And what will be the result of chanting this mantra that he has explained in this particular verse? And that is text number 41. He says, Narayanaya namayati omam eva mantram samsara ghora vishnirhanaya nityam Shrunvantu bhavyamatayo yatayo anuragad Uchchaisradram upadishyamya aham urdhvabahu. So he is saying here, raising my arms, I utter this compassionate advice as loudly as I can. If those in the renounced order want to be delivered from the terrible poisonous condition of a material life, they should have the good sense to constantly hear the mantra Om Namo Näräyanäya. So he says that those, particularly in the renounced order of a life, because when he was there, that time, or his contemporary time, mostly the Shankarite sannyasis, they were preaching about the gospel of Vedas, the Vedic philosophy. And they were choosing the way to explain the philosophy in an impersonalist point of view, where they used to say that once someone has taken a renounced order of a life, then they say that dandadharana matrena naro narayana bhavet. Just by accepting the renounced order of a life, one can become Narayana. But when, after Shankaracharya's departure, Sripad Ramanujacharya appeared as a Vaishnava Acharya. He spoke the philosophy of Shuddha Advaita, a pure Advaitavad. And there he says that all we are the eternal part and parcels of the Lord. And the real perfection of our life is prapatti, taking shelter of their Lordship. And that's why he says that one has to chant this particular mantra, Om Namo Näräyanäya. In our Vedic Upanishads, especially in Narayana Upanishad, it is clearly explained what is this Ashtakshari mantra means. It says, Om ityagre vyahareta nama iti pashat Narayanayati uparishtat Om iti ekaksharam nama iti dve akshare Narayanayati panchaksharani etadvai Narayanasya ashtaksharam padam Yo havai Narayanasya ashtakshara padamadhyeti Anapabravas sarvameti sarvamayureti Vindate prajapatyagam rayas pausham gaupatyam tato amritatvamashnude tato amritatvamashnude iti yevam veda ittatsamvedo shirodhite. One should utter Om first, then Namaha, and thereafter Narayana. Om is a single syllable. Namaha consists of two syllables, and Narayana is consists of 5 syllables. This is the mantra of 8 syllables, Ashtakshari, pertaining to Narayana. Whoever studies this mantra and chants it constantly becomes free from all disgrace, attains full life, he enjoys royal pleasures and attains self-mastery, and thereupon he attains liberation, a final liberation. That is what Samaveda teaches us. So it's not only here, but the Vedas, the gospel of a Sanatana Dharma, that explains about the glory of this mantra. And even further, it is said in same Upanishad, Om Namo Narayanayati Mantropasakaha Vaikunta Bhuvanalokam Gamishyati Tadidam Paramam Pundarikam Vidhyanaganam Tasmat Tadivan Mataram Brahmanyo Devaki Putro Brahmanyo Madhusudana Om Sarvabhutastam Ekam Narayanam Karanam Purushanam Akaranam Parabrahmam Om. He who chants the mantra Om Namo Narayana reaches the realm of Vaikuntha. That is this lotus. It is a replete with a transcendental wisdom and bright as a lightning. The son of Devaki, that is Krishna, is the supreme. Madhusuna is the supreme Narayana who pervades all beings, who is one only, the cause of all, being himself causeless in the supreme being Parabrahma. So whoever chants this mantra, definitely he is going to go back to Vaikuntha, which we call as a Goloka also. And that's why Maharaj Kulashekar, with a full confidence, raising his both hands, and he's saying, I'm giving you this wonderful advice. If you really want to deliver yourself from the terrible, poisonous condition of material life, then you should chant Om Namo Narayanaya. Then in the next verse, that he explains the process by which one can chant the mantra without any disturbance. Avichala or Nivartata. It's very important. We heard so many times that Satatam Kirtayantu Mam, that Lord says in Bhagavad Gita that constantly you should chant the holy name of Lord, or Ananyash Chintayantu Mam. You have to remember their Lordship, Ananya, without deviating your mind here and there. In this verse, in the text number 42, he is explaining how one can do that. Because there are few things in material point of view, they always disturb our mind. So what are those? The thing is, like, if someone criticizes you, and especially whom you really love a lot, like your family members. Generally, we think that our family member, they should speak good about us. But when they criticize you, it hurts a lot. It disturbs your mind like anything. Then the next thing is that if some superior whom you considered as a superior and whom you really respect, if that person rejects you, then your mind also gets totally disturbed. The next thing is that you perform really good things, but people, they spread some gossip about you, they spread some rumors about you. That also disturbs your mind. And sometimes what happens, when your family reputation is on a stake due to some particular activities, that also disturbs your mind. In that condition, to remember their lordship when your mind is not stable. And that's what even Arjuna also asked to their lordship, that Chanchali Himana Krishna Pramati Balavatradam Tasyaham Nigraham Manye Vayori Vasushkar. In the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where Dhyana Yoga has explained, the process of meditation has explained. After, when he heard all the explanation, the procedure that one should perform to attain the samadhi, or to goal of that particular process, that is samadhi, the meditation, the full concentration on the name or on the form of the Lord. If your mind is disturbed with all these things, then it's not possible to remember the Lordship. But if someone is in love with the Lord, if he is infatuated with the love for their Lordship, then all these things never minds, never matters for him, and he never cares for them once he attains that particular test. As in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord says that rasovarjam rasopyasya param drashtvani varatate. If someone attains that higher test, then lunging for the lower things or things in this world, which really cared by the people with a bodily concept of life, that never bothers him. As we see that in the Mahabharata, it is said that Kamaturanam na bhayam na lajjam. The person who is infatuated with the lust, he does not have any fear, or neither he has any dishonor, or he unshamed for anything what he does when he is totally get mad or goes mad with the lust. So if that thing happens with the person who is a lusty, then try to think, if someone is in love with the Lord, which is the real purpose of life, if someone really got maddened with the love of Lord, then what happens to him? Then what will be his situation of his mind? That has explained in this text number 42. And then there he says, Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Sri Krishna padambujan Nindantu priyabandava gurujana Granantu munchantu va Durvadam परिघोषयन्तु मनुजा वंशे कलंकोस्तु वा तादृक्का प्रेम धारानुगा मधुना मत्तायमानं तुमे तादृके प्रेम धारानुराग मधुना मत्तायमानं तुमे. So he's saying here, my mind cannot turn from Sri Krishna's lotus feet, even for a moment. So let my dear ones and other relatives criticize me, my superiors accept me or reject me as they like. The common people spread evil gossip about me, and my family's reputation be sullied. For a madman like me, it is honor enough to fill this flood of love of Godhead, which brings such a sweet emotion of attraction for my Lord. So once the person gets totally infatuated with the love of Godhead, then his lack of concern for the sufferings of ill reputation or the criticism that is done by his own people, they never really bother about that. And we have a great example for that. When Krishna, he enjoyed his pastimes in Vrindavan 5,000 years back, gopis, who are the dearmost devotees of the Lord, they also risked their reputation to serve him. So in the middle of the moon night, when Krishna used to play on his flute, they used to get maddened with the love for him. And they used to leave everything aside, their husband, brothers, and other relatives. They used to disregard their commands. They used to ignore their duties for taking care of child or cooking. Everything was kept aside. Because when someone gets totally captivated by the love of Krishna, then the all bonds of the Vedic priorities, they become secondary. And that's what happens. And we have many more examples, like Prahlad Maharaj. He was a wonderful child, the most beautiful, most obedient child. Even his guru, Shanda and Amarka, they were adoring him. They were giving him a respect because of his wonderful behavior with his schoolmates, with his classmates, with his teachers, and people in general. But still, his father, he thought that he is the kalanka for his kula. And he is a disgrace for the Rakshasa family. And Prahlad Maharaj never got disturbed with that. He kept constantly chanting the name of Lord. Krishna. So that's what happens if someone gets really infatuated with the love of Godhead. And this is the parameter also. Sometimes we spend so many years in practicing devotional service, and we really not able to understand where we have reached, how much we have achieved in this our devotional endeavor. So this is the parameter through which you can understand. If your mind is getting disturbed by the gossips spread about you or criticism that has done by your own people, if your mind is getting disturbed and you're not able to chant, that means you're not made any tangible progress in your spiritual life. So these are the parameters set by the pure devotees itself to check out how much progress, how much the path that we have tracked in this spiritual life. There's one wonderful conversation in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, chapter 2 and text number 40, where there is a discussion of Maharaj Nimi with the Navayogendras. There they also says that one person gets totally maddened with the love of God. He gets totally infatuated with the love of God. Then what happens with him? They say that evam vratasvapriyanama kirtaya jatanurago drutachitta uchaihi hastya athoroditurahuti gayatya unmadavannivrityalokabhyaha. So there it said, by chanting the holy name of Supreme Personality of a Godhead, one comes to the stage of love of Godhead. Then the devotees is fixed in his vow as an eternal servant of the Lord, and he gradually becomes very much attached to a particular name and form of the Supreme Personality of a Godhead. As his heart melts with the ecstatic love, he laughs very loudly, or cries, or shouts. Sometimes he sighs and dances like a madman, for he is indifferent to public opinion. So this is the symptom of a person who has made a wonderful progress in spiritual life. He never cares about that. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela 7th chapter, text number 78, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this statement. He says, Dhairya dharite nari hailamaun uttama hasikande nachigai yache madamatta. While chanting the holy name of Lord in pure ecstasy, I lose myself, and thus I laugh, cry, dance, and sing just like a madman. Actually, when he approached his spiritual master, Srila Ishwarapuri, that time he says, what has happened to me? Why all these things are happening to me? Then Srila Ishwarapuri, he replies, he says, Krishna nama mahamantre iti tasvabhava yei jape tara Krishne upajiya bhava. When someone chants this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then he immediately develops his loving ecstasy for Krishna. And these are the symptoms are manifested in the body of a pure devotee. So this is what? This is the way that one can understand. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he says that Panchama Purushartha Prema Ananda Amrita Sindhu Mokshadi Ananda Yara Nahe Ekabindu. For a devotee who has actually developed bhava, the love of Godhead, the pleasure delivered from dharma, artha, kama, and moksha appears like a drop in the presence of a see. So as Maharaj Kulashekar has explained in the text number 40, that anything that is ambition in this material world, that becomes like a pebbles, useless in this world when you attain the love of Godhead. The same thing here also Krishnadas Kaviraj has mentioned, that dharma artha kama, that becomes like a drop in front of the ocean. So all these most precious and desirous things in this world for enjoyment, they becomes useless in front of the love of God. And when once really attains that prema, then he never cares about the lokabhaya. Lokabhaya means what people will think about me, the opinion that or the criticism that people they will have about them. There is a nice verse in Padyavali where Sripad Rupa Goswami has wonderfully explained the same mood what has explained here by Maharaj Kulashekar. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to ask his disciples that they should study this particular verse. And that verse is Harivadatu jano yatha tatha va nanu mukharo navayam vicharayamaha Harirasa madati matta bhuvi vilantamo natamo nirvishamaha Parivadatu jano yatha tathava. Let people speak whatever they want to. Yatha tatha. Nanu mukharo na vayam vicharamaya. I don't have to care about it. I damn care about it. I don't have to think about that. Why? Like some drunken guy is walking on the road. He never bothers about what other people says about him. He has totally drunk, so he never cares about what's going on back and forth, what people are thinking about him. So same way, here Rupa Goswami Pad says, Hari rasa madira madati mattaha. The person who is totally drunken by the or intoxicated by the Hari rasa madira, the beverage of Hari rasa. Hari rasa means the holy name of the Lord. The person who has tasted that holy name of the Lord, he becomes totally mattaha, gets totally intoxicated and infatuated with that. Then what happened? Bhuvi vilumatao natamo nira mayaha. Then he really runs here and there. He rolls on the ground and dances in ecstasy without caring about what people says. And we have examples. The great example is Prahlad Maharaj. Then the recent examples are like Thakur Haridas. He was bitten in 24 markets by the servants or the soldiers of Nawab of Bengal, because being a Mohammedan, he was chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna. They were thinking that you are such a nice person, then why you are chanting the name of Kafirs? And if you not stop chanting the name, then we will punish you. Then he said, you may do whatever you want, but I'm not going to give up the chanting of the holy name of Lord. And he kept constantly chanting, and they kept beating him around in 24 marketplaces. But he never gave up chanting the holy name of Lord, because he got that wonderful taste in chanting the holy name. As he himself expresses, oh my Lord, give me thousands and millions of tongues and trillions of ears so that I can chant and hear that holy name of the Lord. So this is what happens with the devotees who are once get totally intoxicated by the love of Godhead. They get totally enamored by chanting the holy name of their Lordship. Then in the next verse, he explains that how their lordship can be the subject, object of our each and every activity. As explained in Padma Puran, and we get the quotation from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu about the 24 qualities, 26 qualities of devotees. And one of those is Kavi. Kavi means poet, or poet literate, or a sanger who has wrote wonderful songs in the glorification of their lordship, and who is really a big scholar. In Sanskrit, Kavi means also a Pandit. Pandit means who is a scholar. And they say that Jena dekhe Ravi, te dekhe Kavi. That means the things which are has not seen by the sun god, even those things are seen by the poet, because he can imagine and he can write it down. But here this Kavi word has used for Maharaj Kulashekar. He has expressed that wonderful qualities, his erudite scholarship in Sanskrit language. This particular text, which we are going to discuss now, text number 43 from Mukundamala Stotra, there he has used the word Krishna in 8 different ways. As in Sanskrit, the root word, which is called as a dhatu. So the Krishna is the dhatu, and which has a declination or various formation of that word in 8 different ways. So here he's explaining, like they called it as a dhatu rupavali or vibhakti pratyayas. So here in the pratama vibhakti, in the first declination, the word comes as a Krishna. Then second comes Krishna. The third vibhakti, it comes as a Krishna. Then fourth vibhakti, it comes as a Krishnaya. Then fifth, it comes as a Krishnat. Sixth, it comes as a Krishnasya. And seventh, it comes as a Krishna. And eighth, it comes as a Hey Krishna. So in the first vibhakti, that word is considered as a subject. So the total subject of our discussion is Krishna. Then in the first line of this shloka, Maharaj Kulashekar, he is addressing Krishno rakshatu no jagatpate, Krishno rakshatu no jagattraya guroho. So who is the subject of our discussion? And what is the subject of our discussion? He says Krishna. Who is that? Who is protecting the 3 worlds? The upper, the middle, and lower. All these 3 worlds, 3 bhuvanas, are protected by Krishna. And he is the spiritual master. And he is the subject of our discussion. Then, who is the object of our surrender? So he uses word Krishnam. Krishnam means which he is the object. The second vibhakti shows the object of your activities, or object of your discussion, or object of your that particular activity which you are going to do. So he says namadhvam. Namadhvam means to bow down. So whom we should bow down? We bow down to the person whom we really surrendered. So the object of our surrender, Sharanagati, is none other than Krishna. So he says, Krishnam namadvam sada. Sada means eternally. It's not that today he is my boss, so I'm surrendering, and tomorrow I will become boss and he surrendered unto me. No. or I will be becoming equal to him. No. He says, Krishnam namadhvam sada. Eternally he is the object whom I surrender. And then the third one, that shows that few things are get done by him or by someone. So that time they use the pratyaya ne. So he says that Krishnena akila shatravo vinihataha. See, all my enemies got killed by whom? By Krishna. So first thing is like a subject, third thing is like an object, and fourth thing that things are getting done by someone. So by whom? The activities of getting killed all my enemies. So who are our real enemies? Shad Ripus, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha, and Matsarya. So these are our real enemies. And who kills them? Krishna. Then he further says, the Chaturthi Pratyaya. Whatever we do it for whom? Then he says, Krishnaya tasmai namaha. I offer my respect for whom? I offer my respect to Krishna, for Krishna. Whatever I do, I'm doing it for him. Because namaha, it is not mine. Nothing in this world belongs to me. Even this particular body. When I was born, then this body was claimed by my parents. They said, this is my child. When I was grown up and started playing with my friends, then friends, they started put on their claim on my body. Oh, they used to say, hey, he's my friend. So I was owned by them. When I got married, my body was owned by my wife. And at the time of death, the body is claimed by the fire. So this body is not mine. So things which are related with this body, do you think they are mine? No. That's why na mama, that is namaha. It's not mine. Then whom it belongs to? Krishna. It is all these things are meant for Krishna. So he says, Krishnaya tasmai namaha. Then the Panchami Vibhakti, where it says that from whom that things happens, from whom everything comes upon. So he says that Krishna yeva samuthitam jagatam. So this whole world has come from whom? Krishna. Means it is from Krishna the whole jagat, the whole universe has created. Samuthitam. It has manifested from him. Then he says, Krishnasya dasosmiham. So then there is a possessiveness, possession. Possession is shown by the Shashti Pratyaya, where it says Krishnasya. Whom I belong to then? Krishnasya. I belong to Krishna. I'm possessed by Krishna because dasosmiham. I am his servant. And servant is always belong to his master. Because Krishna is the source of the whole universe. So he's the master of everyone. And I'm his servant. So I belong to him. I'm possessed by him. And then the next pratyaya, that is Saptami. Saptami, that shows subsist on or subsist in. Something is in or on, depending on, or situation is control in, like that. So the whole universe, or this manifested, unmanifested universe, everything is in Krishna. Krishneti tishtati vishwametad. The whole Vishwa, the whole universe is residing in Krishna. Mattha sarvamidam. That's what Lord says in Bhagavad Gita. Everything resides in him. So Krishne tishtati vishwam. Etad akhilam. Everything. And then he says, Hey Krishna, rakshasvama. That Krishna, as he is characterized in above all this qualification, he says, that Krishna should protect me. Hey Krishna, rakshasvama. So here he says, Hey Krishna. Hey Krishna is like a sambodham, addressing someone. So he is addressing Krishna. So the word Krishna he has used in 8 declinations, where the different characteristics, activities of the Lordship as explained in this particular verse. So we can understand that if someone is in love with the Lord, then only these things will get manifested. Then you start appreciating each and everything of that. And here we can see how wonderfully Maharaj Kulashekar is appreciating the qualities of the Lordship. So we'll repeat this shloka. Krishno rakshatu no jagatraya guruhu Krishnam namatvam sada Krishnena akhila shatravo vinihataha Krishnaya tasmai namaha Krishnad eva samuthitam jagadidam Krishnasya dasosmyaham Krishne tishtati vishwametadakilam He Krishna rakshasvama. So sometimes a doubt may come in our heart. Why devotees, they are asking their Lordship that you protect me? Because Lord, as he says, that he's protecting everyone, then we are also including in that everyone. It's a general statement that Lord says that Dharayami, I'm sustaining everyone. Eko bahunam yo vidadhati kama. He is the one who is fulfilling everyone's desire, who is protecting everyone. But in Ramayana, the Lordship says that Sarvajñopi hi deveshaha sadakarunikopi san samsara tantra vahitvad raksha peksham pratikshate. Even though their Lordship, he knows everything. Sarvajñopi hi devesho. He knows each and everything, past, future, present, what's going on in your mind, my mind, and millions of living entities' mind. Sarvajñopi devesho sada karunikavasan. And he is merciful to everyone. But still, there is one clause. He says that samsara tantra vahitvad. To keep rolling this universal management, raksha peksham pratikshate. He desires that the living entity, he should pray their Lordship for his protection, and then Lords interfere personally in his life. Otherwise, the agents of their Lordship, they are interfering in your life, and things are going on. There's all demigods, there's all grihas, upagrahas, all our planets, navagrahas, they are working on you. Unless and until you pray their Lordship specifically for your protection, he never interferes in your life. Because he never forces anything on you. He has given you freedom. If you desire, take his shelter. If you don't, then there are many philosophies that has been created in this world which can take you away from Krishna. But once you decide to go to him and you pray for his protection, so if you go one step forward, he comes 1,000 steps forward to take you back to Godhead. And that's why a pure devotee, he prays, Hey Krishna Rakshasvama, oh my Lordship, please save me. please protect me. Protect me from what? Protect me from your vismriti. Because being in this material nature or in this material world, what happens? There are so many things that allures my mind, and that's take me away from remembering you. That really takes me away from you. So my Lord, protect me from that. So this is what the protection that is asked by pure devotees to their Lordship. So in the next verse, text number 44, Maharaj Kudlashekhar is expressing that how to remember their Lordship, how to do this smarana. Ananya cheta satatam yomam smarati nityashaha. As Lord says that the pure devotees, they always, without deviating their mind, constantly remember him. How that happens? That has explained in the next verse, text number 44, by Maharaj Kudlashekhar. Generally, what happens in this world, person is known by whom he belongs to or whom he is associating with, or with his different qualities, how generous he is, how powerful he is, how brave, courageous is that person. So once you know about that particular quality of that person, then what happens? You always remember him in that regard. And devotees like Maharaj Kudlashekhar, who are really in love with the Lord, they always constantly meditate upon this wonderful qualities of the Lord. So as Srimad Bhagavatam says that Etejam Shakalapumsam Krishnastu Bhagavana Swayam Indradi Akulam Lokam Brudayam Yuge Yuge. That there are millions of expansions of their Lordship. So that's why there are millions of different forms of Lord Vishnu. But specifically the Krishna, he is the origin and he is the source of everything. Why? Because the qualities that he possesses, they are unprecedented and uncommon. They are unique that he has, and he has shown when he came personally to this world. So in this next verse, text number 44, here Maharaj Kudlashekhar is glorifying their Lordship with a particular name which reminds you his one particular quality, and that quality which he has exhibited in particular pastime with a particular devotee. So how Lord is the supreme personality of a Godhead, how he is the Bhagavan, full of all the opulences, as in the Parashar Smriti, Parashar Rishi says that Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashashasriyaha jnana vairagyasya shan bhaga iti gana. There are 6 opulences: knowledge, bodily strength, beauty, wealth, the material wealth that you possess, knowledge, and vairagya, the renunciation. The person who is full of all these opulences is considered as a Bhagavan. So let's see and try to analyze this verse in that way. Generally, person is known for his beauty. And Lord has performed so many activities, so many pastimes, leelas. In different forms he came, and he came as a tortoise. He was most attractive person that time. He came as a matsya, as a fish. He was most attractive. He came as a boar incarnation. as Varaha. He was most attractive. To pray him, to pray his beauty, the people, they came from the Siddhaloka. Then he came in 10 different forms and he was most attractive. But among all these forms, the most attractive form as a Gopal. The most wonderful, attractive pastimes of the Lordship that he had, that's in Vrindavana as a Gopal. And that's where the first word he's addressing the Lordship with, Hey Gopalaka. Because Lord, he himself says, the most dearest thing for him is go. Go means cow. Go means cow, Mother Earth. And he's maintaining them. And that's why he says, Hey Gopalaka. The beautiful form of Gopala has explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. After hearing that particular description of their Lordship, even the Brahmavadi Shukadeva Goswami, who has attended the Brahman platform, the impersonal realization of the Lord, even his mind got attracted to that beautiful form. Barha pidam nadavara vapuhu karanayo karanikaram bibhradavasa kanaka kapisham vaijayantim chamala. So here is the explanation. How beautiful is that Gopal? So Lord is known for his beauty. And as in Brahma Samhita, Brahmaji says that Lakshmi Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham. How beautiful he was? Kandarpa Koti. Crores of Kandarpas, the cupids, they are nothing in front of him. He was that beautiful. So he's the most beautiful person. That is his Gopal form. And then he's not only a beautiful, but he is full of mercy. And that's why he says, He Kripa Jalanidhe. Jalanidhe means ocean. So he's the ocean of mercy. Kripa Sindhu. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu. That's what we say. And then further he says, not only that, he is so attractive that the goddess of fortune, she has accepted him as a pati. Pati means a protector, husband. So goddess of fortune, who is the daughter of the ocean, and ocean means the storehouse of all opulences, all wealth. Even today, people are madly after finding out the gold, gems, rubies, diamonds, so forth and so many things from the bottom of the ocean, because ocean is the storehouse of all wealth. And that's why Lord is known as a Sindhu Kanyapate. Sindhu Kanya means Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. And he is the husband of that woman, you know. Then you can understand how much wealthy he must be, how much wealth he may be having. He is possessing the mother Lakshmi, whose presence makes the people wealthiest, and she is seeking a protection from him. So he's the most wealthiest person. Why she is seeking protection from him? Then he says, he remembers one particular pastime. And then he says, Hey Kamsantaka. If you read Garga Samhita, you can find the description about Kamsa. Who was he? He was a Kalnemi demon in his previous life. He was the most powerful personality. If you read in Krishna book, there is a nice pastime of Krishna. Before entering the wrestling arena, he killed one elephant, and that elephant was Kuvalaya Pida. So that Kuvalaya Pida was not a common elephant, you know. He was the elephant which is meant for wars. So that war elephant, so he was having a strength of 10,000 war elephants. And that elephant was defeated by Kamsa. Once he went on plundering the other kingdoms, so he came across to Magad Prant, where Jarasandha was the king there, and he was very powerful also, but he had a demonic qualities. And he had this elephant with him, Kuvaliyapida. So once what happened that Kuvaliyapida, he left the camp of Jarasandha and he entered in the camp of Kamsa. And there was a totally chaos. Everyone was running back and forth. So that time, Kamsa came in front. He pulled out the tail of that elephant and he whirled him in the air and he thrown him like hundreds of miles. That elephant went and he crashed down on the earth. And when Jarasandha saw that, then Jarasandha realized, oh, this is most powerful person this time on the earth. And that's why Jarasandha offered his two daughters to Kamsa and he made him his ally. So Kamsa was that powerful. And who killed that Kamsa? That is Krishna. Kamsantaka. So why Mother Lakshmi is seeking protection from Krishna? Because he is most powerful person. And that time Krishna was hardly 10 or 12 years old. And he killed such a dangerous and biggest demon like a person, Kamsa. And that's why he says, hey, Kamsantaka. See, there are so many contractions, but all contradictions, they resolve in Krishna. So as he says that Krishna is Karuna Sindhu. Generally, the person who is most wealthiest person, he is puffed up. So if someone is puffed up, full of pride, then he loses the quality of having compassion for others. But here Krishna is Kripa Jalanidhe and still he is Sindhu Kanyapati. Still is the most wealthiest person. He is the most powerful person. He is killing Kamsa. Even though he is the most powerful person, but still he is full of karuna, mercy for others. Not for only human beings, for even animals also. And then he says, Gajendra Karuna Parin. He is the one who has protected the Gajendra. We have seen so many pastimes that Lord came and he protected others, like a human being, great sages. But here he is coming to protect whom? Gajendra. So he is a Karuna. He is the most merciful. And then he says again, Madhava. The Madhava, the word means, again, the husband of goddess of fortune. And not only he is the husband of goddess of fortune, but he really enjoys the relationship with his devotees. He loves it, As he says, Matta Sarva Pravartate, everything comes from him. Still, he accepts himself subordinate to his devotee. And that's why he says, Hey Rama Anuja. Anuja means a younger brother. A younger brother of whom? Balaram. And even though he is a younger brother of a Balaram, but what he is? Hey Jagattrayo Guruho. He is the spiritual master of all the inhabitants of 3 planets. So he is the most knowledgeable person in this whole universe. So the opulence of Jnana is presented in the Lord. And Pundarikakshamam. Pundarikaksha means who has most merciful plans. When you look at the Pundarika means lotus. When you look at the Pundari or lotus, your mind gets totally soothed. It becomes calm. So when you look at the eyes of their Lordship, all your sufferings of this material world, they goes away. And who is he? He Gopi Nath Palaya Param Janami Natvam Vina. And he is the one who is Natha. Natha means again master, master of all the gopis. So who are these gopis actually? They are not like a mundane girls. There were some Shruti mantras who appeared in the form of a gopis to take association of Krishna. There were some Rishi gopis who were the great sages in the uh, Dandakaranya when Lord Ramachandra he came and traveled there. So they also desired to be with the Lord. So Lord gave them chance and they became gopis in Vrindavan in Krishna Leela. So there were some Mithila gopis, there were some Ayodhya gopis, all the women from Ramachandra's pastimes, from Mithila, from Ayodhya, they desired to associate with Lord. So all they came in the form of gopis. So he is the protector and master of all these gopis. And that's why he says, Param Janami Natvam Vina. Why devotees? They really don't know anything than Krishna. Because Krishna has all these qualities. And once your hearts get captivated, are captured by this person, then what do you think? That you will know anyone else? Can't be. The next verse is also an extension of the same theme, where he is expressing Dara Vara Akara Vara Suta Te Tanuja Viranchihi Stota Vedastava Suro Ganaha Bhrityavararga Prasada Muktirmaya Jagada Avikalam Tavaki Devaki Te Mata Mitram Balaripusutas Tatvat Anyam Najane. So again here he says, I don't know anyone else than you, because other peoples they are known by the company and the people they are associating with. But here, like in this world, most of the time, the person is known by his beautiful wife. If someone has a beautiful wife, people remember that beautiful wife and then that person. Sometimes, because of the activities and fame of the son, they know that particular person. Sometimes they know the person because he is glorified by the wide media. Like I was talking to someone and he said, that news has come in New York Times, then it is authentic. So sometimes, like one of our devotee, he came to visit a temple because he saw the photo of Srila Prabhupada in Time magazine. And then he thought about, oh, his photo is there in the Time magazine. That's why he must be a very great person. So he came to see him. He came to see our temple. So whom glorifies you? It depends upon that, how famous or how great you are. Then sometimes you are known by the people they serve you. Like a very intelligent and high ranking officers, if he comes and serves you, that means you are really great. Otherwise, why this person will come and serve you? So that we need to understand. The next, generally a person is known by his generosity, that what he can offers you or what benefits that he can give you or how generous he is known by that particular kind act. Then sometimes who is his mother or who is his friend, he is known from that. But here Maharaj Kulashekar is relating in same manner, and he is saying Dara Vara Akara Varasuta Te Tanuja Viranche. Who is his wife? Dara means wife, and Vara Akara means ocean. The daughter of a ocean, same like a Sindhu Kanya, is his wife. And who is his son? Tanuja Virinchihi. Lord Brahma is his son. So Lord Brahma is the greatest human being or greatest being in this universe, and he is the son of Krishna. And who glorifies Krishna? Stota Vedas Tava. All the Vedas, they are glorifying you. So most glorified person in this universe is Krishna. And who is serving him? Suragana Bhrityavaragaha. Bhrityavarga means the servants, the group of servants. Who are they? All the demigods are his servants. And prasadaha muktir. And what he can give you? He is so generous that he can give you liberation, the highest thing or highest reward that you can achieve. That is mukti. And how mysterious he is. Maya jagada avikalam tavaki. Oh my Lord, your mystic energy is so mesmerizing. Magician, they mesmerize you and you get attracted, you get amused by their activities. But here is the biggest magician. You can look upon this world, how everything is give you a amusement. You go to the Disney park to see the amazing things, but everything in this world, like we were discussing on the roadside, there were so many beautiful flowers, and next to them there are pebbles. Both are created by the Lord, but one thing is really attracting your heart, another thing you don't care about. One person's creation. So he's that amazing. And who is his mother? Sometimes people, without understanding the particular position of a particular devotee, they try to call them or they try to put themselves on that position. So they say, oh, Krishna is like my son. But to have Krishna as your son, you need to have some qualifications. Look at Mother Devaki. Devaki te Mata. What she has done. In her previous life, she performed 12,000 years of demigods, austerities, and then Lord got pleased with her, and then she asked him, please be my son, and then Lord appeared in front as her son. So to become the mother of the Lordship is not that easy. You need to undergo such a severe austerities. That means you need a purity of heart. And who is his friend? Mitram Balaripu Sutaha. Bala, there was one demon called Bala, and he was killed by Indra. So Balaripu means Indra, and Balaripu Suta means Arjuna. So who is the friend of Krishna? Arjuna. And Bhagavad Gita itself, Lord has glorified Arjuna by different names. Mahabahu, one of the greatest fighter, warrior. Gudakesha, who has controlled his sleep. Dhanurdhara, Dhananjaya, who has amassed a lot of wealth. So that Arjuna is the friend of Krishna. And that's why he says, Tat Tvad Anyam Najane. And that's why, my Lord, I don't know anyone else other than you, because you are the best. See, this is what happens when someone gets in love with the Lord. Then all the qualities, all the attributes, all the characteristics of the Lordship, he meditates on, he thinks on, and he always try to relate them so that he can remember constantly their Lordship. So this is the way that one should remember their Lordship. And that has wonderfully explained by Maharaj Kulashekar in this verse. So let's try and pray at the lotus feet of Maharaj Kulashekar and His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, as they have practically applied this in their life and they always remembered their Lordship. So by their mercy, we can also remember their Lordship, Ananya, without any deviation. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Maharaj Kulashekar ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Thank you.